Hi guys, how's it going? Caitlin here and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. I hope you guys are excited. This is really a love yourself later activity, meal prep, and you're gonna love yourself later when you have 3 meals fully prepped, ready to go, and your week just is smooth sailing at dinner time. If that sounds good to you, let's get going. If you don't have the prep list for this week's meal plan, check the link in the description for this video. You'll find links in there to get your prep list. I have 3 varying levels of prep depending on your level of motivation and maybe the time that you have right now. However, if you want to get the time to table results that you see in the meal plan, you're gonna want to go all the way with me to level 3, okay? So let's get going, shall we? And per usual, I'm gonna start with some stuff in level 3, stuff that does itself while we're doing other things, because that's the beauty of meal planning and prepping, and that's how we're gonna earn time back this week, okay? So I'm going to start on, actually, I'm gonna start with something that's completely optional. You don't need to have bacon in your breakfast bowl. You can have a vegetarian breakfast bowl, and that's okay. That is fine. You can definitely do that. If you want to, you can also buy ready-made bacon to use in your breakfast bowl if you want to save yourself a little extra time and energy. Or you can use this time now and you can cook up some bacon. I like to cook mine in the oven on a stone bar pan. That's my preferred way of doing it. It's easy, it's hands-off, it works well. So I just have my oven set to usually about 420. I mix it up a little. I know there's no reason to mix that up a little. It's actually probably like counterproductive and counterintuitive because then I don't know exactly how long I'm supposed to leave it in for each time. But I like to live on the wild side. I like a little variety. I like a little unpredictability in my life, and apparently children isn't enough unpredictability for me. I'd like to add bacon into my unpredictability plans. So if you're like me and you like to make things a little difficult just for the sake of making it difficult, set it at a different temperature each time so you're never quite sure. But always make sure to set a timer, because sometimes I really get into the cooking and I don't notice that my bacon is actually done, and I've been known to set the fire alarm off once or twice or more. Oops. Guys, I am not a professional cook, so anything in this meal plan is set to be, if I can do it, you can do it. And quite honestly, it's probably if I can do it, you can do it a little bit better. But it takes a lot of brain power to come up with meal plans. And then to come up with all the prep that goes with it, it takes brain power, and that's my contribution. I can share that. So I got that in for there for 25 minutes. Another thing that I'm going to do just to have myself prepped is I'm going to get rice made for my rice bowls beforehand. If you would rather cook your rice day of, you can certainly do that. There's no pressure to do it this way. This is just so that it's done. I like having rice ready because it's an easy side, like even for lunches. My kids honestly don't give a hoot whether it's reheated or pre-made. They don't care. They're just happy to have rice. So I'm gonna cook one in the microwave because it's simple. If you want to do yours on the stovetop, you can do yours on the stovetop. If you want to use a pressure cooker, you can use a pressure cooker. All wonderful things to do. Do whatever works. There we go. Now that we got the stuff that's going to do itself while we're doing other things getting done, I think that was right. Now we can start with level 1. So I'm going to start with preparing toppings for my honey mustard chicken burger, which is actually going to get some other things done on the list at the same time. I am going to cut up lettuce. This is going to be I'm going to cut up the whole thing because it's going to be for salads. It's going to need to go on my burgers. It's just going to, it's going to accomplish things for me. So I'm going to have the burgers probably before I have the salad. So then I'm just gonna, take from this and, I mean, really the worst thing that could happen, because I can use this for side salads and stuff throughout the week too. The worst thing that can happen is I run out of lettuce and I have to get more. And that to me does not sound like a tragedy. So plan on using it and incorporating it into whatever you want. Running out of lettuce is a good problem to have. That just means that you're eating greens and doing healthy things and making healthy life choices. So I'm just gonna cut up the whole thing. One thing I do like about cutting up a whole head of romaine is the bottom where you get like the light crunchy stuff. If I cut up the whole thing at once, I find I get a good mix of the lighter stuff and the darker stuff. And for me, it just feels better. I don't know why. No real rhyme or reason to how I'm cutting, just cutting to my heart's desire. There we go. Lettuce ready to go. I'm also going to slice up some red onion. Now, I do want to have sliced red onion for later in the week anyway, for the teriyaki. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have my honey mustard burgers first. So whatever I have left over is what I'm going to be using for my stir fry. If that does not work for you, you can chop up a couple red onions now, so then you have it for both. But it's just going to be the two of us who are taking off of the red onion for the burgers itself, so I don't think it's going to need a full one for me. And you'll notice there is some interpretation when you're doing your meal plan and your meal prep. And if you find it difficult right now trying to do that, it won't always be. You kind of get a little bit of a feel for how it works and how you can find yourself shortcuts while you're doing this, because shortcuts are lovely. We all need them. Like, I would love to find a shortcut on peeling the skin off of this red onion. Oh man, she's a stubborn one. my goodness, this thing is ridiculous. Ah, yes, getting there. Woohoo! Okay, that was death by 1,000 cuts. Okay. I should have left one end on my red onion. I always think that like after I cut it and I'm like, oh crap, I should have done that a little differently because it gives me a little more to hold on to. They say live and learn, but I feel like a lot of times for me it's like live and make the same mistake many, many, many times over. Okay, just gonna cut the rest of it like this. I don't think that's gonna be fine going into the stir fry too. Just going for it. There are no rules, only the rules that you make up. So make up nice rules. Okay, here we go. Some onions, so that'll be toppings. That will be stir fry. Now I'm going to slice a few bell peppers here. There's a couple little itty bitty ones, so I'm just going to do some extra. I'm going to bring out this toy. I'm going to bring out my quick slice because I've got a few peppers to go through, and this quick slice makes slicing peppers quick. It's very conveniently named that way. Very, very appropriately named. So if you're wondering, can I use this for onions? That would be amazing. Yes, it would be amazing, but you can't. No, it will not go for onions, but it will go for great for peppers, mushrooms, anything that's like a little softer. Onions are just, unfortunately, a little too hard. But I like shortcuts. I do like shortcuts. Because honestly, who has time? I don't know who has time to do all the things, but then if you get allergies, you kind of have to cook. It doesn't matter if you have time or if you don't have time. Like, nobody else is going to do it for you. And when you have allergies and you have sensitivities and all the rest of it, like, it's harder to get those quick, convenient meals because you can't do processed. A lot of processed stuff has, well, it's been processed a lot. So if you have a sensitive system or what have you, making your own food becomes a very valuable tool to have. But making all your own food doesn't mean you have any more time in a day. So you get the tools that save you the time, and that adds the time. One nice advantage of cutting all your peppers at the same time like this is you can get a bunch of different colors in there. And the different colors always look pretty. Like, you have different colors of peppers in a stir fry. It's just more fun. I am totally testing the capacity on this container. peppers. There we go. Peppers are chopped. So I'm going to, last thing for level 1 prep here. So you can do 1 carrot, you can do 2. Maybe you're, and a lot of it has to do with how much you like carrots, and also how big the carrot is. Because you see in a recipe where it's just 1 carrot, and then you get like this teeny tiny little carrot. Like, yeah, you're gonna maybe want 2 teeny carrots. Like, so for fruit and veggies, I find it's very subjective, right? Like, chopped up. I'm going to throw a little bit of water in them. And that's just going to keep them from drying out. So when I go to use them, I'm just going to strain this, and it is going to be just as good as though it was just fresh made, okay? So that's it for level 1. Now, if you are with me for level 2, well, let's go, shall we? And if all you had in you was level 1, you did awesome. You get your veggies prepped. You're going to be very happy when you look in your fridge and that it's already done for you. Let's make a marinade for chicken burgers, shall we? So now I've got a bag here. It's a resealable bag that I'm going to be putting all of my ingredients into. That way I'm going to store my marinade, and I'm actually going to marinate both in the same bag. I like convenience like that. I mean, these bags, these are my favorite for marinating, and they're very extremely leak proof. Like, I've had my kids test it. If you've seen them in any of my videos on Instagram, they are a little wild, not particularly gentle, and they have tested out these bags for me. If they've tested them and they work well, you know they're good. Oh, you could use, if you wanted to use lime juice in a bottle, you could, but nothing beats fresh. And that smell. The smell of the fresh lime juice, just, you can't beat that. It's just good. And it's funny, adult life, I find those are the things where I find I'm like treating myself. It's like treating myself to fresh lime or to fresh herbs or something like that. And really, it's best thing for me. It doesn't cost an awful lot of money, not as much as it does for some other luxuries. But for some reason, getting the natural thing feels like treating myself. It's hard for me to even like explain it to myself in my head, but like it's an interesting thought anyway. Okay, so one other thing here for garlic, if you want to do 1 clove, you want to do 2 cloves, you want to do 3 cloves, how garlicky you want to make it. Because for some people, garlic is terrible for their digestion. For other people, garlic is life. So you do you with this. Oops. Don't lose my garlic up there. Just pop that back down. There we go. Good enough. Okay, perfect. So get the marinade all going in there. I'm just gonna seal that up. So the rice, I'm just letting it sit there. It's gonna sit for about 10 minutes. And then just fluff it and then it'll be good. Okay, next, gonna get the sauce ready for the Honey Dijon Burgers as well. Simple sauce, but nice to have it prepped before, because it's these little details where we might lose the motivation day of. It's like, yeah, that sauce sounds delicious, but I'm just not gonna do it. Why? Because we're tired. That's the biggest thing with this. Like, do this at a time that you have set aside for it. Because when it comes to dinner time, like anytime between 4 and 6, like you're just tapped. You've already lived like at least one lifetime, maybe more that day. And you're just ready for it to be done. So motivation is the biggest failure of meal plans, and meal prep is the biggest difference between a meal plan that works and a meal plan that does not work. I'm very passionate about meal prep. Love the planning, but prep is where the magic happens. Prep is what ends up saving you time, energy, and money, because motivation is a fickle friend. If you count on motivation, it will let you down. I'm sorry, that was sad, wasn't it? But it's a true story. Got a mayo. Now, it does call for honey. If you prefer to use maple syrup, you can. It's sweet, it's a natural sugar. Either way, either one, whichever you prefer, go with it. This little tool here is called a measure-all cup. And it's great for measuring things that you might measure in a measuring cup that you then have to like dump out. Like that you have to scrape out after. So then you end up like doing all the things twice. This one, it scrapes it out for you after measuring it. And it's got like a ton of different measurements written on the side of it. in some hot sauce. Half a teaspoon, but you can measure with your heart a little. So this is going to be a nice zesty sauce to go on that burger. Going to complement that marinade very well. If you make this sauce, you will not be disappointed in your life choices. Well, I mean, I don't think so. I might be a little biased. There we go. So, next, gonna make the zesty dressing for the rice bowl. If you prefer to use sriracha mayo or something on this instead, you can certainly do that. So I'm going to use juice of half a lime on this. We just want a teaspoon of maple syrup. And some salt and pepper in there. So just a very, very, very simple dressing. If you're gonna need more, double it. If you want to just, like, there's no reason why you couldn't use this on another salad or something throughout the week too. So if you want to just make a little more now, you certainly can. Or you could just have that, whatever works. Make it work for you. So I'm gonna shred a little bit of cheese here for the breakfast bowls as well. Kids are gonna love it. Gonna check on my bacon first. Bacon looks good. Bacon is ready to go. So, I'm gonna just shred up some cheese real quick to go for the breakfast bowls as well. If you know that you want extra cheese for something this week, whether you want it for snacks or maybe you're preparing some breakfast bites or something at the same time, like, you can use this as a launching off point to prep other things for your week as well. Just because I'm not doing it doesn't mean that you can't be doing it. So shred however much cheese you think you want, and then add a couple more shreds. As a rule of thumb, works for this house. Now I'm just gonna pack that up, and that's one more thing done. And actually that's going to complete level 2 prep for us. So if that is all you have in you, you did awesome, my friend. You did fantastic. If you got a little more gas in the tank and you want to finish off level 3, because you know what, we're almost done anyway. At this point, we're just cutting up some chicken. Like, that's literally it. We're cutting up some chicken. I think you got that. When my rice is fluffed, it's gonna go in the fridge just like that. Nice and simple. Okay. So I'm going to butterfly 3 chicken breasts, and then I'm gonna slice 2 chicken breasts. And if you're planning on doing your Honey Dijon burgers like today or tomorrow, you can just drop them right into that same marinating bag. You can just drop them right into that same marinating bag so that they can start marinating now and you don't have to remember to put it in the marinade. To butterfly these, I am putting them in what is called a close and cut. This is made for clumsy people like me who are hazards to themselves in the kitchen, but don't want to pay a premium for butterfly chicken. Because you do, you pay a premium for that. And it's the cost of convenience, but you can make up for it. Like by probably saving like, I don't know, you're probably saving at least $1 a pound or something just by cutting it yourself. And you think of how that adds up over time, it's considerable. You know what, that's like so slicey, I'm just gonna use that as sliced chicken. Now I'm making my math funny. That's okay too. Like literally the smallest little chicken breasts I have ever seen in my entire life. I order my groceries for pickup. Usually it works great. Sometimes, because I don't know about you, but when I go in and I go pick out, my groceries, I always like, I always look at it and I'm like, okay, this is like however much per pound, blah, blah, blah. And I look at the packages and I'm like, okay, it's $21 for this thing of 5 chicken breasts. I'm going to look and see which one weighs the most, because you'll find one that like weighs a tiny little amount and has like really, really, really tiny little breasts in it. And then you'll see another package that's the same price and it weighs more. And I always go for the one that weighs more. But my personal shoppers at the store do not shop the same way I would. And it always makes me curious. It's like, are they taught to shop in a certain way? Or do they just grab the first package that's there and they're like, yeah, good enough? Or, you know, you get that avocado that's just like not at all ripe. Does anybody teach them how to pick a good avocado? You just feel like if you're given the job and the responsibility of picking out somebody's groceries, like, I feel like I'd want to treat their groceries the same way I treat mine, but maybe after I did it enough, I'd just be like, meh, whatever. Fulfills the order. I don't know. Oh, so I'm just slicing up the rest here. The rest here that I'm slicing is going to be for the teriyaki Caesar salad. I know it sounds like a weird combination, but it actually works really well together. I mean, who doesn't like teriyaki? Who doesn't like Caesar? And throw the two of them together and, well, bam, you got yourself a delicious salad. Okay, so my chicken's all cut up. Guys, we are done. We are done. Simple as that. You have your meals ready to go for this week. I hope you feel awesome this week, and I really want you to focus on that feeling of 5 o'clock, what's for dinner? Oh, I know what's for dinner, and then just take it out of the fridge and have it come together flawlessly and effortlessly, because you know what? It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. And that's what I want for you. I hope you enjoy the meals, and once again, I hope to see you next week. Thanks again. Bye-bye.